Hello and welcome back to the new player series for Crusader Kings 2. So last time we went and got our son an educator and we had to look at whether we could potentially kill our liege, and we can't. So we are going to just leave the game unpaused and we're going to just wait for events to come in this time. Right, let's see what happens. King Philippe has created a new duchy. You can see this up in the top here. The alliance between Duke Ramon Berenguer and Duke Henri II is broken down. Now, if we go back one, this is because Silvia de Barcelona died in childbirth. Okay, so our wife actually died in childbirth. Wait, does this mean we have a new son or daughter? Yes, it does. We have a new son. We have Bernard de Bourgogne. Okay, so we'll just say okay to that. I suppose I should check the son. There is nothing special about him, apart from the fact he has a weak claim on the Duchy of Barcelona. In fact, all of our children should, right? Yes, they all do. So that could be useful in the future. Our ruler is also unmarried, so we should remarry. But first of all, I want to see, is there any chance of us getting this alliance back with Barcelona? So if we click on him, we have no way to form an alliance, because we do not have a non-aggression pact with them, and we do not have a close relative. So, we would have to marry into his family again. And we could do that. We could definitely do that. We could arrange a betrothal between Agnes. Oh, we can't actually. Agnes is already betrothed. Let's go back to Barcelona here. Between his second daughter. We arrange a betrothal between his second daughter and one of our sons. Not necessarily the worst idea ever. Barcelona is also in a very good position. I think I want to keep that alliance, so we will arrange a marriage. So she is 10. Ideally, we want to choose a son of ours who's around the same age. We could choose either Robert or Eudes. Let's go for Eudes. Let's marry him off because he's third in line. He's probably not going to be used for anything else. He's probably not going to be in power. It doesn't matter who he's married to. Might as well get us an alliance. So, Barcelona, we would like to arrange, actually we'll go to direct person. We would like to arrange a betrothal. We would like to marry our son Eudes to you. That is yes. And the reason it's yes is because he quite likes us. Cool, we'll go with that. And that should allow us to get our alliance back, which is good. Right, now we should remarry. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the find characters thing and we're going to load a filter I made earlier. We're going to load slot 1. So, this is women who are not in prison, not married, not a ruler, are in our diplomatic range, and they are my religion group, and we don't care what their culture is. So, we're going to look for highest ranked person who's on that list. And there are no high ranked people on that list. I suppose what we could do, instead of doing that, we can select. We only want people who are part of a great house. This will be people who are likely to get us an alliance. So, let's have a look down the list until we find somebody who we might want to marry. First things first, we actually want to sort this list by age. We're going to sort it like this, because we want to marry somebody who is probably in their 20s. If we're actually marrying somebody for children. In fact, we have enough children. Maybe we can look at anybody. So maybe we want to marry someone for their stats. What stats might be good? Maybe diplomacy might be a good stat, or diplomacy needs a little bit of upping. We'll look for high diplomacy. So this gives us Argunta Gonzalez. Is that how you say it? Maybe? I don't know. Goncalves? Yeah, probably close enough. So if we have a look here, her parents are not landed. We're not landed. Her siblings are not landed. So although she's of a great house, we don't really want to marry her if we're wanting to get an alliance. Next one is Stefana of Amalfi. Her sibling does have land, and he is a bishop. He only has 500 men, but that could potentially be a good alliance for us. Although Amalfi is down here-ish, I think. In fact, I think it's that one. Yep, it's that little bit there. So they're quite far away, and he doesn't provide that many men. Next one is Berth. She has a son who is a king. He's king of Bretza over here. This would be a really good alliance if we were to marry Berth. Now, she won't live very long, but, you know, that could be alright. The problem with her not living very long is basically the alliance would break down very quickly. She's also the sibling of Duke Theobald of Champagne. So that would be a reasonably good alliance if she was a little bit younger. Estefana is next. She is the mother of Prince Ramono of Najera, which is down here in Navarra. And she is also the sibling of Count Pierre of Foy, which is here. So that would be reasonable as a marriage. She is, again, though, just a little bit too old for what I'm looking for. We're looking for somebody who might survive long enough. Next one we have is Decapia, or Decapta. Decapua. It doesn't really matter. She is not related to anybody. Next one we have is a 57-year-old. Again, we're going to discount her because she's too old. Well, anyone above the age of 45 is discounted. So let's look at these 43-year-olds. We have Agnes, who is the mother of the Kaiser of the Holy Roman Empire. That would seem like a very good alliance if we can get it. So we will arrange a marriage, if she will have us. We cannot... oh, yes, of course, we are currently at war. So what we're going to do is we're just going to very quickly mark her special interest, and we will marry her when the war is over. Or it will pop up and tell us that she is married. So there we go. And now we will unpause the game. There is the betrothal between our son and Barcelona. So we will now right-click on Barcelona. We will form an alliance, and we will say, and he will say yes because we have same interests. There we go. So there we go. We have got another alliance with Barcelona. Right. Now we will continue just kind of waiting for events to happen. Oh, there's another person who's declared a war upon our liege. This is the peasants revolt for Irprin. He has 4,000 men, and our liege currently has 12,000 men. So our liege should be able to fight it off, assuming that the Holy Roman Empire doesn't destroy all of his men. Okay. Leaving the game unpaused. Okay, what's this up in the top right? Ermengarde d'Anjou died under suspicious circumstances. Not that useful for us to know, but wait, was that our mother? No, I think that was our. Oh, clicked on the wrong bit there. I think that was our father's second wife, if I've got that right. No. No, that was our mother. Oh, okay. Yes, that was our mother. Just died. Unfortunate, but whatever. She was murdered as well, though, which is interesting. Dantis Eckbert has contacted me asking if I have any interest in learning more about roses. Apparently his latest achievement involves a dark red variant mixed with a particular type of yellow wild rose. Now we've already seen this when we were in the battle. Basically this is another societies event. We're going to say we must simply have some. We're going to go for a different option than last time. See what that brings up. A message about a point commander has been received from Philippe Capet. So he would like us to be a commander. Now, let's have a look at ourselves. We have 15 martial. We are brave. So we're actually a relatively good commander. And we're going to say yes, because this may actually upgrade our military education. I believe it can upgrade in battle. So we could get, we become even better at martial. And it will hopefully help our liege in his war. So we'll accept. There we go. Now, often you might want to say no to that. If you're worried about your succession, or if you're worried about dying, joining a battle is a really good way to die. So, like, don't be a commander if you're in a position where you're worried about dying. Like, that's just not a good thing. Or if you're a bad commander, you're also really don't want to be in charge. But there we go. We've gained a better understanding of military matters during this battle. So what this does is this gives Dijon war knowledge. So we get military technology spread. So what that means is each province has a set amount of technology. Every other province in our land, say we got we upgraded our military technology, every other province would get that technology over time, but this increases the speed that that happens. So it's alright, but right now we're not really getting much new tech. The roses that I had sent for have now been planted in my own gardens, their beauty spreading joy to anyone who passes by them. What a true marvel of God. So what this does is the Count will receive our thanks. We get monthly prestige because we have rose gardens for 15 years, and his opinion of us goes up. Fantastic. Command is the best teacher. Duke Henri II of Burgundy has become a more proficient commander. So, because we're in battle, we we have now gone up from skilled tactician to brilliant strategist. So our martial is increased by 3, our intrigue is increased by 1, our stewardship is increased by 1, and our health has stayed the same. Yeah, our health stayed the same. Right, there we go. We're now 18 martial. We're even better at it than we were before. The Lords of France have approved the institution of the late feudal administration law. This probably means he's going to change succession in some way, but that's what he's done. What else does the late feudal administration law do? Because we changed it ourselves. If we go over to this one, well, feudal means disallows additional succession law and vassals may refuse liege interference. Late basically means the liege can now interfere in our wars as well. Unfortunate, but you know, that's the way it is. Thanks to my loyal spies, I've found out that Count Hugh of Charolais is attempting to promote his vile heresies. How should I use this information? So, we found out something about him. We can expose and denounce him publicly, giving me a reason to arrest him. We already have a reason to arrest him, so this isn't very useful. But what it does do is it does make everybody else... Well, it does make us dislike him. And I think it makes a lot of other people kind of... I don't think that does change the opinion of him, now that I look at it more closely. I think this one just lowers our opinion of him, and then also gives us a reason to imprison him. Next one is we can threaten him to stay out of all factions. We have no factions. If we go to the factions tab, there are no factions in the Duchy of Burgundy. Okay. Interesting. There's a faction for elective succession in France, headed by Duke William the Bastard, who looks like he's no longer in a war. Is that true? He is at peace with England. Okay, so we can hover over this bit here. Truce with King Harold II of England. Oh, so that means that the this war from the the Norse people won first? Maybe? No, wrong King Harold. So, yeah, it looks like England just managed to wipe peace with France, if I've got that right. We go back, use the back button to go to the previous person we're looking at. Duke William II the Bastard. The war against was... Yeah, so actually Duke William surrendered his war against England. I think that's what it's saying. Or at very least white peace. So basically that means that we're in a little bit of alt history right now. So England is now only in a war against King Harold Hardrade up here, which is the one that's why I thought things were more interesting, but they're not really. Anyway, so that means that Duke William is now a very powerful person in France itself, and he has started a faction for elective succession, which we might want to join because elective succession might be good for us. People might vote for us. We could influence things, and that gives us a better chance of being in charge of France. However, elective succession might be bad for us because we're second in line to, like, the Kingdom of France. If the other two people die, we're actually relatively close in line. So we could, elective succession would then mean that we're not in line at all. So that would be a problem. Anyway, let's ignore that. Little bit of sidebar. Thanks to my loyal spies, I found out about Count Hughes. So he's not going to stay in any... We don't want to threaten him out of factions. We can keep this information to ourselves, or we can say, I see, but I think it's time to spy on someone else. So, we don't really want to get a reason to imprison him. We want a different event to appear from this, so we're going to keep the information to ourselves. There we go. And now we're just going to sit and wait for more events. Okay. We are still unmarried. What does this one mean? Oh, it's been enough. We got the Count Hughes one saying, do we want to still spy on him? We're going to keep spying on him. But we got this pop up again, so we can now request a council position from our liege again. So, last time he said no, however this time we're much better at martial. But what is his opinion of us? Is this, if we go to ourselves here, and we hover over this little bit, his opinion of us is -2 because we are a faction member. So before we ask him whether we can have a position on his council, we are going to leave the faction. The reason we're going to do that is fairly obvious. His opinion of us goes up, and we want his opinion of us to be high so that he has a better chance of actually giving us a council position. So we're going to ask him, can we be on your council? Let's see what he says. The answer regarding the position on the council of King Philippe of France was a definite no. Oh dear. Well, he said no again. Oh well, we'll just have to keep waiting on that. France lost a battle up here, so there's now 100% war score for Kaiser Henrik. So, that war is over. This is now underneath Zealand is now underneath the Holy Roman Empire. And we can ask the Holy Roman Empire's mother to marry us. So we will do that. She will say yes, because she quite likes us. We will gain prestige from marrying into... he will gain... Yes, we will gain prestige from marrying into House de Poitou. And 100 prestige from marrying into the relative of the Kaiser. So we'll say yes. Wait a little bit. She died! She actually died seconds before we were to marry her. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess we need to find a new person to marry then, huh? We'll go to find characters. We'll reset the list. Looking for high diplomacy. We'll see if there's anybody left. So we've seen some of these before. Basically, we're looking for anybody who's below the age of 45, is what I said. So, Randvig, Thor's daughter, is not married to... She's not related to anybody who's in power. Okay. Next one. You are not related to anyone who's in power. Alice. You're not related to anybody who's in power. Eleanor. You're not related to anybody. Onega. You're not related to anybody. You're too old. You're too old. Loba. You're related to a bishop. We're looking for somebody a little bit higher ranked. Almod. You were related to many people, but they're all dead now. Can be seen by all the skulls. Okay. Also, you're too old. Anybody else in this list who's not old? You got 28-year-old Oneka. Her child is the Count of Astorga, which is over here. That seems like a reasonable one. We will ask her to marry us. Hello. Will you marry us? She will say yes. We get 1 prestige for marrying into House Vela. We lose 100 prestige for marrying the relative of a count, but that's alright. We want to be married. So there we go. We've now married. We could collect money or prestige. We'll get our 100 prestige back. And we will right-click on her son's face, and we will form an alliance. Oh, he says no, because he does not like us. Okay. So we're going to go to her son here. We are going to make him like us a little bit more. We're going to send him a gift of 25 ducats. That makes him like us a lot more. Will you form an alliance with us now? Yes, he will. Okay. And now we have another alliance. So we've got a lot of little alliances all over the place. How many do we have now? We have 4 allied people. We have the Duke of Daria, which is over here. We have the Duke of Toulouse, which is down here. We have the Duke of Barcelona, which is down here. And we have the Duke of Astorga, which is over here. So we're in a position where we could maybe start declaring wars on other people within our realm. And actually starting to maybe put in a claim for the Kingdom of France if we could get a better alliance. So what we could do right now is what we want to do is we want to look in the realm tree for France. We want to open this up. And this is sorted by most powerful vassals. And we'll see that most powerful vassal right now is Duke William the Bastard. Now, if we were to get an alliance with Duke William, we would quite easily be able to press our claim on the Kingdom of France. So, we are going to find somebody for us to get like marriage with. So, is anybody in his family unmarried? We have a look here. This one has a spouse. We can see by hovering over, and then on the tooltip it says spouse. This person is not betrothed and does not have a spouse. If we have a look here, needs a wife. Do we have a daughter who could potentially marry? Hell could potentially marry. So if we go back one, we'll see whether we can arrange betrothal between Richard and Hell. No, because Hell is sick. Okay, and political concerns are a problem here. Okay, so he does not want to marry us into there. What about marrying one of the daughters? So maybe Celise could marry one of our sons. Wait, I didn't show up anybody on the list. Oh, she's already betrothed. Okay, I missed that. Next one. Are you betrothed? You're not betrothed. So Constance could perhaps marry one of our sons. Oh, betrothed. She can't marry because she's below the age of 16. So she is currently 9. Would she like to marry Robert? No. Would prefer matrilineal marriage. But we could maybe make that happen if we went for our youngest son. Renaud. Who would accept a matrilineal marriage? No. Political concerns. What if we went for Robert and matrilineal? No. It's all political concerns all the way here. Okay. So, if we could make him like us more, he may say yes. But basically, he doesn't want us to become powerful. So he's going to say no. So that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. And next time we'll see if we can get some more alliances going. See you then.